Okay, this is the public safety special meeting for February, May 7th, 2026. Gonna call roll call. So let's see here. So John Barbera,
Yeah.
Gwen Henry,
Present.
Kelly Miller,
Here.
and Melanie Lebrecq here. And we have one guess. It looks like okay. Okay, so that being said, we have just a couple items that we're going to cover. So to start off, any public comment? Lionel raising his hand. So there you go, Lionel.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Chair. I'm here because I want to call for action in regards to public safety and other issues as well. Particularly the city charter because public safety is part of the one of the recommendations by the commissioners. So I just want to share with you. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but my friend Commissioner Mona Field opinion letter, which was published on the May 4th. May the 4th be with you, by the way. Um, Opinion letter, Commissioner Mona Field, speaking for herself on her behalf on City Watch LA, argues that Los Angeles hiring system is outdated, inefficient, and was largely ignored in the city's recent charter reform process that leaves jobs vacant, that includes public safety, and non-sworn personnel that processes those applications vacant for months while services decline. Quote, despite ample evidence that LA's hiring process is an antiquated disaster, leading to gaps in services that the city of LA should provide for all of us. Nothing in the final report by the commissioners, by the staff, deals with LA's hiring and personnel processes. And I quote, if we want safer streets, cleaner parks, and a functioning city, fixing hiring isn't optional, it's urgent. So this is a call to urgency. And I will urge you to reach out to Tim McCosker and Anisia Raja. I called them today, but they particularly want to hear from constituents. So if you could please contact Tim McCosker and Anissa Raja, the legislative director. Uh, I saw her today, and I saw Tim McCosker at the budget hearing right now. I mean, about an hour ago. But urge them to fix the hiring process, and to make improvements because without adequate personnel, we cannot improve public safety if there's not sufficient personnel clericals processing the data. So they're understaffed, underfunded, and this applies to other city departments as well. So it is a call to action. Again, I'm speaking for myself, but I'm sharing this for your awareness because I believe in transparency, accountability, and 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 civic engagement. We have to make LA better for everyone. Um,
Oh, it went mute.
Yeah, it went mute. He went mute.
Um,
yeah, I
okay.
finished my comment. Thank you. That's one.
Okay. Thank you, Lionel. Any other public comment? Okay, so what I'm going to do, because of the circumstances, the other thing I need to do is you're going to be co-host, Gwen, so you can share, because otherwise you.
Mhm. That's right.
So there you go. But
Okay.
first we're going to do the transportation letter, so that since I am here and got controls right now, so we're going to go over here. So
Well, let me mention. I'm not sure that it is Mr. Roach who is the.
is this
Wait, that's the wrong one.
wrong letter? That's the other one. Never mind. Where did it go? Where did the other letter go?
It's in the middle. It's in the middle. Right there. There you go. No, some I think you did something wrong.
Oh,
That was
jeez,
204. No, you don't even have it up there.
have it up. Oh,
It's a
you
Word doc. It's a
Word,
Word doc.
Word doc. Never mind. Okay, stop share. Okay, go here, share. That's the reason it's a Word doc. Thank you, Gwen. There we go.
Welcome.
There it is. So everybody's seen this, right? So with everything that happened
I'm not gonna get that.
the 5th with the fire and all, let me make it a little bigger. Whoops.
Well, let me preface something. So I assume, Melanie, that you have the new motion that Tim McOsker
That's
filed yesterday.
open on the other thing, but I can't have them both open at the same
No,
time.
I know. I understand. I'm just talking.
Everybody
So
first.
Tim filed another motion. He's filed a lot of motions that kind of push towards more responsibility by Caltrans and addressing the issues that have created crises over here. For example, the telephone pole. That was very that in a way, having a telephone pole fall right there at Gaffey and stop the entire everyone's access out was actually an incredible wake-up call, as well as this fire. Caltrans, um, we have participated very, very much in the 4+ years of Vincent Thomas Bridge comments, giving our concerns and actually speaking to the issues that have been happening, which is that, those two things that kept people from leaving San Pedro, as well as the what's it called? The one Hudson Henry,
Yeah.
one Henry Hudson. I always forget it. The ship that was burning, and the lithium batteries. All of those were opportunities for Caltrans to really work and test their communications, their emergencies, collaborate with the different agencies to really create a reaction, a coordinated effort. And it's hard to miss if you live here that it wasn't happening. So I have to honestly say that there's been a lot of traction now that this fire um, almost structurally damaged risk. I mean, it potentially could have structurally damaged the 110, and then that would have been a major,
So that's
major setback.
the letter.
So
So the letter is comprised of 3 people worked on this: Gwen, myself, and Chris Valier. And so basically, what it's saying is we have concerns about Caltrans and the 4 significant things that happen. And so our community is very concerned and needs assurances, action, and outreach from Caltrans on any work or administrative decisions that have the potential to disrupt vehicular traffic on the harbor in the harbor area, from the minor inconvenience of unannounced median replacement along Western Avenue to any temporary or extended closure of major arterial routes like 110 or the Vincent Thomas Bridge. This would include, but not necessarily be limited to, immediate notification to LA City Emergency Management, the fire and the police departments of adjacent cities, county authorities, and mapping traffic information platforms such as Google Maps, Waze. The Vincent Thomas Bridge will close for years, and the 110 freeway will soon become the singular most critical route for the community of San Pedro. We've seen what chaos ensues from isolated incidents occurring whilst alternate routes are essentially intact and accessible, but any combination of an additional complicating factor tips the scales towards a crisis that we have little confidence has been anticipated or prepared for. And then an invitation to town hall. San Pedro is relying on the city, county, and state agencies led by California Department of Transportation to improve communication, collaboration, cooperation, develop robust new normal traffic flows, and robust responsive operation protocols for inevitable emergency situations while the Vincent Thomas Bridge is undergoing repair. Find below the list of recommendations to facilitate the safety of the 110 corridors, as well as designated detour routes. We'd also ask that you review the highlighted recommendations in our 2024 comment letter regarding the draft ERR attached. Many of the topics raised still remain unaddressed and remain opportunities for multi-agency collaboration. So the Caltrans work, so the human activity recommendations are block off tunnel access, drainage culverts, and focus health and welfare resources to lessen human activity from all landscape areas and street off-ramps abutting the 110 corridors and the 405 transitions. Freeway infrastructure, coordinate with responsible entities to inspect, repair, replace all signage, power poles, power lines, and other infrastructure that crosses and abuts 110 freeway.
Abuts.
Side road detours for commuter traffic, entirely resurface and prepare damaged potholed roads designated as detour routes for commuter traffic. Designated routes should be the best maintained routes with the clearest signage to keep people from diverting into neighborhoods. Street improvements of all alternate routes, traffic time surface streets of all
that sentence structure, it's supposed to be one sentence.
I know. Should be comma, right? Did something happen with it?
I don't know. So, what do you
diverting into neighborhoods?
I wish you would let me do it.
No, it's all right. Like
wait.
Messaging across the 405, 710 freeways. Also see comments in 2024 letter. And then community notifications, get it together, folks. A formal top-down protocol is issuing warnings and public notification travel alerts. So the 2024 letter is going to be attached. And then Council File 260251 impact statement given by Northwest Neighborhood Council, Interstate 110, Gaffey Street, fallen power pole, response time, electronic notifications. See attached CIS filed by Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council. And then
okay, Mel, there are some typos there that I'd like to fix, and I entered get it together, folks, but I hoped that you guys edited that out. It's you remove that.
Where? Remove what?
Get it to communication and notification. Get it together, folks.
Oh,
that was just a placement for the moment.
Liked it.
Chris, so I know you liked it, and I'm going to ask you to get rid of the chaos ensues as well.
Where's the chaos ensues?
Well, first get it together, folks. Just remove it.
Okay, and where's the chaos?
Go up. You'll see it. Well, there's a dot where invitation to a town hall. I didn't intend that to also have a question. That was an idea. I do not know if Tim is considering.
Take that out. And just,
yeah, you can just take that out. But see right at the top of that page, we've seen what chaos ensues from Iceland. Get rid of it. I got rid of all that stuff. That kind of stuff.
No, this is Chris's comment. He wants it in there.
I understand. I'm not going to vote for it with that in there. I started off with a whole bunch of inflammatory stuff and I pulled it all out, and I'll tell you why. Because I spoke to several people today and yesterday, and that was Ansel. I also spoke with our illustrious chair of the fire department, the fire commission, Yolanda Regalado. And and
our letter, it doesn't matter. This is our point of view of what we've experienced as stakeholders in this. So the thing is, Chris saw it as chaos. Stakeholders on Facebook saw it as chaos. So we have to word this in a way. We've seen what problems can occur from isolated incidents or something of that nature.
I had a sentence in there. I had a sentence in there which said very specifically, our frankly, our stakeholders are extremely concerned, and that's where the town hall portion was. Where the question about the town hall, I had an entire sentence that said,
in a minute, stop. It wasn't in there. Chris added this portion of it. I compared what he added. This whole comment section was added by Chris.
I appreciate that. I will not vote. I strongly disagree. I strongly disagree with chaos ensues.
That's what happened. It was chaotic. What's wrong with saying that?
I did have a sentence in there. I did have a sentence in there originally, and it was intended to be there, that frankly, our stakeholders are very concerned. And that's where the town hall portion was. We need.
You did not have that in there. I'm looking at your letter that you
Mel,
deleted
I understand. I accidentally removed it before sending it. That was a mistake. So anyway,
this whole here is what Chris ordered, added. From here, highlight this to here. This is Chris's information that he added.
No, that part, San Pedro is relying on the city. That's mine. But I'm not parsing that out. That's neither here nor there. I agree entirely with how he bullet pointed. He mentioned the Google Maps, and it's Google Maps ways. That was actually in the 2024 comments. The Google, but it's Google, not Goggle.
Oh, Google. I just copied what he wrote. So
I agree with all of that. He did a good synopsis of that, but I
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and
I do object to.
I know you object, but Chris went out of the way to review this when the letter wasn't complete and added to it, and I think we have to respect what he added. And so I say we leave it and call for the vote at this point, because I respect that Chris took the time to set aside some time to review this letter and make his input in it, and we have to respect that.
There it is. Our community is very concerned and needs assurances, action, and outreach. Right. I used to have it. Our community is very concerned and need assurances, actions, and outreach from Caltrans on any work or administrative decisions. That's where that right there, that beginning sentence portion of the sentences is where I talked very seriously about our concerns, and that's where the town hall question mark was, because I figured that it needed to be that our community is extremely concerned and needs assurances, actions, and outreach. That was mine. Well, and like I was asking for a town hall.
Time to do this, and so we are not changing this. We're staying with it, and I'm going to call for the vote on it, because I feel respect is due when other people have impacted on it too and put their input and help finish this letter so that we could submit it. And so I'm calling for the vote on this. So I'm going to move it.
I'll second it.
so I guess we should discuss it. So now is for discussion.
Wasn't that what we just had was discussion?
Well, it was in the wrong order.
Yeah.
So just so you know, that lighted out area, it used to be Mr. Jason Roach, who was the contact person for Caltrans, but we are probably going to address this to somebody else. And everybody that's CC'd on the bottom, I strongly believe that this is the kind of thing. This is the kind of thing where we need our federal representatives in this as well, because if there is a possibility for getting federal funding for any capital improvements on the streets, and I hope that that's still there about, or actually that was left to the other letter. Um, so if there's any capital improvements, the grants.
I don't think that this name needs to be on there for school board member. She has nothing to do with Caltrans.
I understand. That was actually in the just so you know, that was in the very expansive 2024 letter that planning and land use and the
Right.
port, or sorry, the Port of Los Angeles.
Right,
The
for
Port
the
of
IR.
I mean our port committee did. And they added her because frankly it does impact education. I don't know what you think, Kelly.
Scolding Caltrans is
She's irrelevant.
Yeah.
yeah. We're scolding Caltrans at this point, not I don't think she matters at this
Nope,
point.
Okay.
not at all.
So now that we deleted that, can we delete what was the word? It was the O word.
Oh,
It's just
what, the chaos? No, we're
Chaos.
leaving the chaos in there. Because that is a feeling that was on Facebook from every stakeholder posting on Facebook that it was chaos. And
so back to the town hall.
Stakeholders.
I would like to see, well, the question mark that I had asked about a town hall, it was actually tagged at the top of our community is very, go back up. It was intended with that sentence to request that they do serious outreach. It was about the outreach that they need to do. And that's why I asked the question in this letter to get you guys' thoughts about the town hall, about asking for a town hall.
I don't think town halls help.
We've had enough town halls about Vincent Connell.
I understand, and that's why, you guys, that's why I asked the question how to outreach, and that was just a bullet point, because they are already starting to commit, and that's been a big activity that I was reported to me, is that they are currently doing what they should have done in the first place, and which was recommended in our 2024 letter, which is exceptional. All of the things that are in there, actually, you know, that it's mirrored in this letter, but
so
there were
I've got the other things to bring up.
Yeah.
So
Melanie, I'm gonna join on another thing, so you're gonna have to switch me in, okay?
Okay. So this, that's not the right thing.
No, that's not the right one.
That's not it. We're back to the same thing.
That's mine. Oh.
Start it. Share. Let's go back here. There. Okay. So this is the motion that Tim did. He did it on May 5th regarding everything that happened. I don't know if you can you see that, John?
Yeah, I can.
So it refers to our council file, the motion on the council file 260251, that this is the original letter too here in 2024, and that'll be attached to. So this is the whole thing, the EIR thing, and I'll attach that to our letter to have reference so it goes out and reminds them of what we said. And then this is our council file that we did. And this has been filed.
So this motion is also attached to that particular council number because he did another one with that council file as well.
Right.
So the new one is also this number?
Yes.
No.
He refers to it.
Oh, he refers to it within the body. Yeah.
It's reflected in prior council action
Right.
260251.
Okay. Yeah. So this is, yeah. So he's really been on top of it. I've got to applaud him because he's been preemptively when things haven't been done, he's been trying to get the city to take actions. And now I'm actually once again really happy in a way that it happened now, that a telephone pole blocked everybody off and there was that big scare, which was probably national news.
Okay, so
yeah.
we need to call for the vote on this. So we moved in second. I'm going to call for the vote. So John Barbera.
Yes. Yes.
Kelly Miller.
Yes.
Gwen Henry.
Yes.
And Melanie, yes. Okay, so that being said, that is done. Let me stop the share and go over to the agenda again and share it again here. So let's see. Find the Acrobat stuff. Okay, so now the next item is going to be the target thing. So what I'm going to do is make a public comment, and then at that time, I'm going to stop the share and Gwen's going to share the letter, and I'm going to turn my camera off and walk away because I have to recuse myself due to the fact that I live within 500 feet of Target. My public comment on this is, though, that on the letter, it's documented everything that's happened, why and where, and listed item for item why things are a problem. The community over here doesn't feel that Target's responsible enough to handle a liquor license with a full liquor because they haven't complied to the CUB for the beer and wine that was outlined in 2017 that is attached to the letter and all the files. So the reason being is that they didn't notice properly to the public or to their public posting. It was on a pole behind my house is the only posting that they did for the hearing. It's supposed to be on their door for 30 days, and it was not. It was supposed to be posted to the public 500 feet around them 30 days in advance, and it was received the 1st of May, as outlined in the documents that I have for you. And also, they just have not been good neighbors at all. And so with that, I'm going to recuse myself at this time. And Gwen, it's all yours. And I will yell at me that you're done.
I'll text you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, so this has been a topic for quite a few years. Actually, in Diana's time in planning and land use, they have had communications. Their cub originally had a lot of stipulations on it. So, as to what they needed to do with property in order to get the beer and wine license that they currently have. So I guess I'll read it. So the Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council has reviewed the Cub application and heard, because they are increasing the liquor license to include hard liquor and wine and tastings and things like that. So they've reviewed we have reviewed the Cub application and hearing notice by the Target stores for their store at 1700 North Gaffey Street, San Pedro. The application is requesting sales of a full line of alcohol for off-site consumption.
You need it. Oh, it's on. Oh, never mind.
Can you see it? Are you okay? Oh, you're on mute now. Oh, okay. Oh, you like that. Okay. Uh, and on-site consumption with instructional tasting at the Target store at 1701 Gaffey. The Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council has concerns about the notice given to the public. The only notice posted was on a metal post, a landscape berm close. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. On a metal post, a landscape berm close to the retaining wall of the residential community adjacent. It is set back and not the prime public focal location to suffice the public notice. The hearing notices sent to the residents within 500 feet of the store was postmark stamped April 24th, 2026. And the residents received theirs in the mail on May 1st. This is not the 30 days in advance requirement. See please attached marked 1 and 2. So there's information there. The as to how to publish Cub notice. Anyway, a change. The Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council also has concerns regarding the current Cub and conditional approval that was already given. Target's current Cub states on line 16, the applicant shall be responsible for maintaining free of litter the area adjacent to the premises over which they have control. Unfortunately, this continues to be an ongoing issue. On April 15th, 2017, a letter from Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council and the San Pedro Chamber of Commerce made recommendations to the Cub hearing that they incorporate conditions to approve the extension of store hours to sell beer and wine. These conditions were adopted. These conditions are cited on the letter from April 15th, 2017 that is attached. The conditions cited on the letter have failed to be met. There have been complaints of garbage on a regular basis all around the landscape berm and in the parking lot. Trash cans are regularly full, and the sidewalk on Capitol Drive continues to erode and get worse. And that's actually in the stipulation that they are to maintain the sidewalk. There's been no attempt to keep garbage, moss, and algae clean out of the water leakage issue on Capitol Drive, which is also mentioned, which is caused by a high water table and a defect in the construction of Target. The shopping carts, I'm just going to say it, the shopping carts are not regularly retrieved and are left over within the boundaries of the parking lot. The front of store is supposed to be regularly steam cleaned and it has not been regularly done. Please see the other attachment. So there's a lot of photos with this. The Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council is aware of complaints regarding loitering of individuals in front of Target selling items, collecting signatures, and golf carts with snack items. There's also been reports of RV and cars camping at night in the parking lot. Security has noted that no one is there at night, so they try and remove them in the morning. So that they stay there and then they shoo them away in the morning. This is a nuisance to the neighbors adjacent, as there are no bathroom facilities at night and the bathroom becomes the landscape burn and wall. These things are not conducive or approved based on California ABC laws, requiring licensees to maintain orderly premises, strictly prohibiting loitering, nuisance behavior, and the consumption or sale of alcohol in front of businesses. Licensees must prevent loitering on or immediately adjacent to the premises. Licensees must take reasonable steps to prevent nuisance activities in the surrounding neighborhood that arises from their operation. Alcohol, beverage control, blah, blah, blah. And it's also attached. Due to all these concerns, the Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council requests a review of the CUB to make sure conditions of the CUB are being carried out. We also request a postponement of the ABC full-line liquor hearing so that proper notice can be done. So here are some of the attachments. So that was the published hearing that was first caught after April. It was actually well into May. And the only reason is because there's it was just a fluke. So yeah, there's the rest of it. This of course is the case. And these are the letters that actually came to the residents.
See what I don't understand? What I don't understand? This notice, okay, it's the only notice, correct?
Yeah, it's over tucked on the far end of the parking lot, as you can
Right.
see. It wasn't posted on the doors.
Right. So where this, you see how you got the picture, it shows it in the bushes there, and then
Yes.
where it says notice, that would be
Yes.
where the building of Target ends, and then that's that wall that starts where
residence.
Melanie's at and goes all the way down, correct?
That is yes, that's part of the
wall where
wall right there is the sound wall that separates
the
the property
residents.
from the residents,
Okay.
just right there.
My
And
thing is, who the hell is seeing this sign?
that's it was improperly done. Just like we're supposed to put our signs in designated areas, hiding it in this way is a violation.
Yeah,
It's
no
supposed
one's
to be
gonna.
on the door. It wasn't on the door.
Right. It should have been on a couple of sections on the front window of the door.
Yeah.
But if they're
And
going to do this, then there should have been signs like that. You know where they got the light poles and you park
yes.
your car, right? There should have been a couple front and back so it hits both sides of the parking, and it should have been almost on every pole. So people would see,
I believe their basic obligation is to make sure that it's at the front of the place. But yes,
yeah, the front,
but
you're right,
more,
not a
but more than that, the actual postmark of the letter doesn't make it for the 30 days. So
Christina's
they
got her
need to
hand up.
refile. They need to
Yeah.
refile. Oh, hi, hold on. Sorry. There you are.
Hi.
Hi.
So, another thing to point out, is that technically that notice of public hearing is a side entrance exit, more of an exit. The front entrance
It's
is
actually,
technically,
yeah,
that's on Capitol.
No, it's not on Capitol.
No,
That,
Christina,
that sound wall,
It's in the vegetation. It's in the vegetation. It's in the vegetation, in the very corner of the parking lot, that is close to Capitol,
yes,
but
that's
it's
what I
not on
mean.
Capitol.
That's what I mean. Oh, I guess what I'm saying is that they didn't even choose to put it near
Yeah.
the entrance, the main lit entrance that's on Gaffey, which is
Right.
their street address.
That's correct.
Yeah,
That's
I
correct.
was just wanting to make that note.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're standing on Capitol and you're right there, let's say where you're where the entrance of the driveway, right? And
Yeah.
The farthest end.
you look straight ahead and you can see the doors and everywhere they go in. But if you look to your far left, where that wall where Melanie has her house and it goes all the way to the back there, and that's where they stuck it. And it's like, are you serious, people? Who is gonna see that damn thing? It's ridiculous.
Well, anyway, yeah. Now this is back in 2017. This was the original Cub, and it was a renewal for beer and wine, yeah, which is quite normal, for Targets. I don't know if all of them do, maybe not in Utah, but so Target store is a good addition, but the applicant shall be responsible. The Target's current Cub conditions, number 16, and it was reaffirmed in this because there were problems that they were not taking care of the landscape, not just the landscaping, but the pickup and cleanup. There were a lot of problems in the parking lots. So the Cub condition stated that the applicant shall be responsible for remaining free of litter, the area adjacent to the premises for which they have control. And it was reaffirmed in this because we wanted to make it clear that they have to change their ways. We weren't going to stop them from
So Gwen,
saying
you're saying back in when was that?
2017.
So
2017.
from 2017. Now we're
It continued.
talking
Yeah.
18, 19 years now. 9 years, I'm saying. And they still haven't cleaned a lot of parking. They don't go
Yeah.
out there regularly and do anything, do they?
In
So
looking at what a Cub requires, that's not listed on any of the, I'm reading the licensing and stuff and what it requires. It does not say anything about keeping conditions around the area clean, nothing. They have to give a detailed site and floor plan within the store. They have to prove it's not detrimental to the neighborhood, but that's not talking about anything. The key requirements is application and filing, site and floor plans, radius map and list covering 600-foot radius showing surrounding land uses, and a list of all alcohol establishments within 1,000 feet. But there's nothing, it does say they have to have a public hearing. The notice must be given to residents within a specific radius, does not give a time element. They have an adherence to conditions regarding operating hours, security, noise management, and entertainment. The required documentations are an ABC zoning affidavit, a certificate of occupancy, and an ownership and lease info. And then the whole thing for the forms.
well, just so you know, the chamber also asked for these things. So here's the second page of
I
the
guess
stipulation.
they agree. The agreement was made in the last hearing.
Yes, it
That's
was.
a standard Cub requirement, but it's not according to the law. I'm looking
Okay,
at
well, so as
they
part of
made
the
an
review,
agreement that's between them, and that's
the
something
Chamber of Commerce, also was concerned about these conditions. And I have to honestly say that there have been problems over the years. Anyway, so for example, the lack of security, the lack of cameras, the lack of lighting, has created a dangerous situation for people. So it's that in 2017, these were the stipulations, and here are the bullet points. And it was actually when it was delivered for the Cub review, and it was approved as being the stipulations for the renewal back in 2017. So, anyway, this is the current state. The sidewalks were always to be, that there's a 50-50 payment that was agreed upon, that the state would pay half and they would pay half to repair the sidewalks. I think that's what it was. But no repairs have ever been made, and they are actually impassable in a certain section. They were to
These were
remedy.
conditions that were asked for to get their liquor license.
Right here.
But these were in the, okay, I'm seeing this, but this was in the actual agreement, or this is what we recommend, because this is saying it's recommended. Was that done? Was that actually put in writing?
Yes, it was.
Where? I want to see that, because that's what I want to see to show that that's what it's supposed to be. Because according to this, I'm not disagreeing, but I want us to have the law in our hands with what was in the agreement. This is recommendations, not what's specifically in their agreement. That should be part of their we should have a list of their formal things that they were given. I mean, if that was the agreement, under that it was recommendations. That doesn't mean that it's enforceable.
Those were the recommendations. Those were precise recommendations for the California ABC license to maintain an orderly premises, strictly prohibit loitering, nuisance behavior, which have been problems, and the consumption of ale or sale of alcohol in front of the businesses. Licensees must prevent loitering on or immediately adjacent to the premises, and they've had problems. And they must take reasonable steps to prevent nuisance activities in the surrounding neighborhoods that arise from their operation. So the thing is that no one was informed of the cub. It was so at the very least, it's good that somebody noticed it before the May the 20th. And all this really means is that the only thing that this is really requesting is that they I mean this is the basic request, is that they refile the public notice and give the full 30 days.
Right, but also post it in the correct areas, right?
Those are normal things to do.
Right, okay. Not just that they're going to have one sign that's off the corner.
But is what Kelly's saying that there is a requirement of 30 days for cubs?
It doesn't say that in anything that I'm reading. That's what I'm trying to read. I'm looking it up. I'm looking up what assurances are and stuff and how that is. And
because what I'm seeing is that they only have to place a local newspaper ad at least 14 days before the meeting.
And how does that work now without a physical newspaper anymore?
Right. Well, I'm just reading, starting to read I'm finding on the internet.
Let's see if it's in the Daily Breeze or something. Let's see. ABC license. Wait, I got to remember how to spell it.
I mean, the assurances can say that the business will not create public nuisances, not authorized for on-site consumption, which is everywhere. Operational conditions ensures compliance with city planning regulations to prevent issues. I mean, I think that they're in violation of the violations of keeping that area clean. I know they can't fix it because it was an ongoing. They did find out that it was a water table issue and it was unfixable, but they should maintain it. So I don't know. Are they claiming that it's the city's responsibility to clean that, or is it theirs?
But the city already, we did that in issues. The city already said it's not their job. Look, in your house, in your driveway, if you have a leak, is it going to be the city, or is it's on your property?
Well, to my main, but not in front of my sidewalk. I mean, not in front of my street.
Okay, but Kelly, hold on, Kelly. that water, that river that runs under there is not at the sidewalk. It's actually in the middle of the parking structure.
Right.
That's what, am I right, Gwen? That's what I was told, that it's right there in the,
They're
mostly it's in the
the leak
middle.
they're the construction of the place actually exacerbated a condition that they've never addressed. So
Yeah, but it's
But
more it's more in a but from the side. What happens is
right,
the water runs and it's stopping right there.
right.
That's why it's doing that.
But I don't understand why they don't. I mean, somebody cleans it up periodically because it's cleaned up sometimes and then it's not.
the
I'll go
neighbors
one
do.
day. The neighbors come in and clean it. Well, I mean,
Uh,
that's why haven't
they,
we filed something with
Cleaning
the state?
the clean crew do. You know, George Pelozio, Mona, and those guys. They come over and do it.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
What's his name used
So
to do it? Matthews, George Matthews.
So the city wrings their hands of it, and Target wrings their hands of it. So meanwhile, nobody's doing it except for the city, the neighbors.
But the parking lot belongs to Target, not the
Right?
city. And they are supposed to maintain. Melanie sent a picture of a dead rat
yeah,
that's in the
Oh yeah,
bushes.
no, I agree with all that. I agree with all
That's
that.
their
That
job.
should be
That
just
is,
part of. That's just part of. I can ask my son what that's considered when they leave road. That's actually a there's actually a thing that you can file because you can't leave them on your on the property. But it's crazy. I mean, I like the letter. The letter sounds good and everything, and I agree. I
oh,
just
by the
wish I
way, well, just so you know, the last set of photos was a dead possum that was stinking up the two neighbors uh that were on the other
so
side of the wall.
it wasn't a rat, it was a possum.
It was a dead possum, and
Well, how come the city doesn't come? I thought the city has to come and pick up
no,
any dead
no,
animal.
not on a property. No, that's the responsibility of the
Let me ask
leaseholder.
my son.
However, if it's at the border, somebody does need to notify them, or they have to have it in place that somebody walks the perimeter, once a day or whatever. Because was Target even notified that there was this dead possum
Yes, as
in the
soon as it was
bushes?
found, it was noticed. It was notified. The store was notified,
Okay.
and it took them what, 3 days to pick
Yeah,
it
I
up.
think 3 to 4 days before they.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's always trash out there and everything. They should. I mean, they
It
should. I see Ralph's and Albertson and I see they send a couple of guys out there sweeping and cleaning. I mean, they maintain their parking lots.
the well, Walmart has now a good policy of having security cameras and lights in their parking lots to keep it safe. This Target has notoriously not been the best at that. I don't I can't honestly say um if it's improved. Um, that would be something. Anyway, what the only thing that this is asking for, so you guys know this is the original Cub had these items, these stipulations to having the license because originally they were supposed to maintain the property. And I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you remember the time when they were trying to have a hamburger place there.
Yeah, the Habit and then
Yeah.
Starbucks and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to place it over in that corner. Um and it was said, well, actually the traffic area, there's more access and visibility from Gaffey and Capitol at that corner where that is right across
Yeah.
from the 7-Eleven. And it was suggested that, and they said, no, that's prime parking area. Except they said, we can't do that because that is prime customer parking area. One problem with that, at the time that they were talking about that entire front and corner section was blocked off with construction stuff. There was there were, there were those standing fences with the screens, like the screening material, the shade material on it. And there was garbage back there, construction materials, trash, you name it, because they were doing while they were doing remodeling to the store. So if that was the prime parking area, it seems confusing to say that they have to preserve that for prime customer parking when they had it entirely tied up with garbage and things for months, for absolute months. And then they also put some Christmas, their Christmas decorations went into boxes behind there, and you could see it all. You could see wrappers, you could see things that the workers had put behind there. And so the argument of them saying that they wanted the hamburger habit on the other side, because that's prime parking, is what they were doing with it was counterintuitive to that reasoning. If they did want it that way, that's the time when they should have had all of that equipment and everything over in the site where the Starbucks was supposed to go, but they didn't put it there. They put it in the spot where they argued was prime parking.
Okay.
And it created garbage. Anyway,
okay. So this letter satisfies. How do we file an injunction or something to show that they're not meeting the 30 days? If it's on the 20th and everybody was notified on the 1st, and they have to know, it is 30 days. How do we get that? What do we have to do to get that to stop being from the 20th? Because they have 30 days to protest from the 1st. So we're day 7 now. What do we have to do? What does this letter go through?
If we approve this letter, it goes to the board. Where we're just waiting to, if we approve it, it will go to the board, and the board will decide whether to ask that the notice be re-given so that the community can comment on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get it to him as soon as possible, and let's get that done because.
So are we done with discussion?
Yes.
Oh, just want to point out one thing on the abc.ca.gov. There is a protest against alcoholic beverage license application, and there is an actual application if we are protesting this.
Okay.
And that's Form ABC 510-A.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to download it. It's protest against alcohol beverage license application, Form ABC-510.
Yeah. Well,
that has to go through the city. That has to go through the city.
I'm losing my battery, guys. Let me plug this in. So
I move that we vote on this letter and send it, please.
All right. Anyone going to second that?
I'll second it.
Okay. Call the vote. So Kelly.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Gwen, yes. Okay, we've approved the letter, and it will go to the board for a vote, and then it'll go. Then I believe it'll go to Tim McOsker. It'll go to the chamber. But it's Iris. It's Iris Wan, the city planner. It's to say that there have been problems with the agreements and stipulations to the code. That's it.
Yeah, it's going to go, the city planning, we have no control over this letter once it's done. We can't file anything with ABC or anything. It has to go through Axel at city planning. Because
Axel is Tim McOsker's, he's the city planning person for Tim McOsker.
On behalf of the city. We just make recommendations. He's the person and the agent that will do anything. And this has to go to him immediately Monday after the meeting. And then he's meeting with the city planner, Iris.
Okay. What else do we have to do tonight? Because
that's it.
That's
it. just whatever the vote count is, Gwen. What
3, unanimous.
3 to
Yes.
so Kelly, John, and Gwen, and
Who moved it? You did, Gwen, or Kelly?
who moved it?
I did.
And
Kelly
then
moved it, and you
John
seconded it.
seconded
I
it.
seconded it.
John.
Seconded.
Okay.
Second.
And then yeah. So that being said, that I think is it. They just yeah, and everything falls under like the ABC like context of things, and not so much for the for this particular item for their liquor license, because it's under ABC and not anything else. It goes to the state. It's like a state thing now, because they're doing a license for the state because they want hard liquor and tasting events. So it's bigger than beer and wine.
Now I have does anybody know of a Target that has wine or like liquor tastings and stocks full hard liquor, like a liquor store? I've always known them to be bought beer and wine.
No,
Are there any other
Christina.
occasions?
Yeah, Christina, wasn't there wasn't there did they say Beth said there's like 7 or 8 of them in California
There
already?
are, there's only, yeah, there's only a handful in California, but nationwide there is a lot. And again, the tastings, we need to make sure that we understand that the tastings aren't like, hey, every day you can go in and get a thimble size of the liquor. It's when the manufacturer has more of a little store promotion or event. It's not a constant
Right.
tasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would cost them too much money. But yeah, I have concerns about having just yet another liquor store.
No, I sound
We
the
already
same
have
way. Especially it's a kids. How many, it's families and kids that are in that place.
Well,
actually
too, and they have too much loitering and selling of stuff out in front of their store all the time. They don't monitor it. They don't monitor the parking lot. So how are they gonna, and the community itself out here thinks that it's another opportunity for people sitting along the wall like they do now, even worse, getting drunk at night after the store closes.
Okay. So
Gwen, you had said something earlier about, how they have in parking lots, they use that police stand.
Yeah.
That one with the blue light. You always see that blue light flashing.
Yeah.
So Target has one now?
No, Home Depot
that's what
does.
I was saying.
They refuse to do it.
Ralph's, all the parkings where in and out, and every parking lot you go to now has one of those.
Yeah.
Facing, and it's got the big solar panel that pop. So why hasn't Target done something like that?
Baloney proposed that to them, asked them, because Home Depot has it and so does Ralph's now.
Yeah.
And they said no, they have cameras. But the problem is with their cameras only go like down the middle. They don't see this side and they don't see the far side of it. Ike told me that there's only a small reference range that they have for their cameras, which is problematic also.
Right. And that but Baloney all of a sudden they've been stealing. Same people go in the store and take, and boom, jam. They've had a lot of robberies. Target.
Well, I think SLO Baloney has said that those have been decreasing CD 15 wide.
A little bit. Target's still a problem. Target's been a problem. They're working with a task force there to try and decrease the theft there. It's just a matter of, it's an ongoing problem.
I think that for all the years I've known, the people coming in and the grab and runs or whatever they call them, the grocery stores now have those extra security things that you can't just run through. It stops them. And then security guards on the thing, and Target's going to have to do that. That's just That's going to be that's going to be their, theft prevention.
Well, I think that actually having a proper security in their parking lot would benefit, that, even before the security thing.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
all right.
And that was mentioned on that one letter that I attached to there too about
Oh,
before. So
well,
anyway,
Melanie, I noticed a couple of little typos. So,
a couple of typos where
yeah. Well, I had no way of Word documenting and highlighting or anything.
where
I will say I think it says the carts, and carts is capital C.
There's a yeah. There's a few
okay, I see where you're seeing. Okay, just what is this thing doing? Oh, for the love of God. My PDF thing is going nuts. Oh, jeez. Okay. Come on.
So, Melanie, I was trying to find, we were all kind of trying to find the notification process of a liquor license, as to what the time.
Text you that.
Yeah, I didn't, yeah, it was too much.
It says on it, the notification is California ABC liquor license period requires 30-day posting period is required public notice ABC 207 at the premises.
Oh, there it is on the second one. Yeah.
By protests are generally scheduled 60 days.
Are we adjourned?
Applicants must
Yes.
post public.
Oh, we should be adjourned. Yeah, we should adjourn. We are now done. I motion that we adjourn.
Yeah.
I second.
Second. Let me stop the recording. There.